We're back. So with NFL training camp getting underway, getting started, we can now finally take a look at some of the position battles and how things will shake up in the depth chart for the Browns coming into the regular season. We're going to start off obviously with the quarterback position, the most important position. Quarterback one, as of right now, for the moment, is Deshaun Watson. His suspension decision from Sue Robinson hasn't come down yet. It's not projected to come down until sometime next week. It's been a while, but there are Browns fans freaking out about how long this is taking, and I understand the frustration. It's frustrating for me to just kind of like be sitting there and waiting for how long this is, but this is something that probably we knew it was going to take a while. We knew it could leak in training camp. It has leaked into training camp, and the light is getting ever so closer to the end of the tunnel, but who knows how long this takes. Maybe it's next Friday as a news dump. It's probably going to come down next week, and that doesn't even take into consideration like any appeals process that he takes. As far as on the field, I do think this could shake up how the Browns run their offense completely. In Houston, he ran a mostly shotgun-based offense. I saw a website in 2020 that Houston ran shotgun 82% of their offensive plays. The Browns obviously ran a lot of plays under center with Baker Mayfield, so if they view him as a shotgun quarterback, maybe they've changed up a lot of their schemes and offensive plays and whatnot. And also the David Njoku contract extension, I think a lot of it was based on a projection, an increase of production from him with Deshaun Watson's play. They think that Deshaun Watson and David Njoku are going to be a quarterback tight end duo for a very long time. Remember, this Deshaun Watson deal is 5 years. It lasts beyond this year and whatever suspension comes with it. I think they view Deshaun Watson as their long-term starter. They've made offensive changes and extensions like the David Njoku one around it. They obviously see him as their quarterback of the immediate and long-term future here in Cleveland. Moving on to the backup Jacoby Brissett, who will probably be starting week one in early season, in the early season games, depending on how long this suspension lasts. I believe he probably gets at least 4 games. I'm not one of these people who thinks he's not getting anything. I've been wrong before, but who knows? I think Jacoby Brissett is a premier backup quarterback option. Not a long-term reliable starter as the Colts and the Dolphins found out, but if he can stay at quarterback 2 and maybe do some backup fillings here and there, I think he's a very good candidate to fill in during Deshaun Watson's suspension, however long that is, or if Deshaun Watson gets injured or anything like that. He'll be expected to hold down the fort while Watson is out with suspension or injury or what have you. And I think if the Browns can hover around or slightly above 500 while he's in, then that would be great. That would be a success. The early season schedule is the easy part of the schedule. Like the first half of the schedule is definitely lighter on the Browns, and the second half is you have I know the Panthers have Baker Mayfield, but the Panthers still haven't been. They don't have a great roster even with Baker Mayfield. I think the Falcons are there. I think maybe they play the Jets or something like that. They play most of their easier games during the first half of the schedule. Let's put it that way. So if Jacoby Brissett can hold down the fort, play well enough so that the team around him can do their thing, and he doesn't lose games, that would be perfect. And quarterbacks 3 and 4 right now, I believe, is kind of a toss-up between Joshua Dobbs and Josh Rosen. Maybe Dobbs has the upper hand right now because he's been in the system longer. They've had him for the entire offseason, while Josh Rosen more or less was just kind of a late addition for training camp. But either way, these are like the non-options for starting quarterbacks. I mean, one of them is probably going to survive the training camp cuts because if Deshaun Watson is suspended, they're going to want to dress 2 actual quarterbacks, whether it be Joshua Dobbs or Josh Rosen backing up Jacoby Brissett, who knows. And I believe the 4th quarterback, whoever loses the 3rd string quarterback battle, is probably going to get cut and either out in the open market or onto the practice squad. I believe last year they only carried Baker Mayfield and Case Keenum to the 53-man roster, and when both of them went out for COVID last year against the Raiders, Nick Mullins was called up from the practice squad. So I really don't see all 4 quarterbacks making the 53-man roster coming out of training camp. And honestly, once Deshaun Watson comes back, I think that 3rd string quarterback is probably getting cut or moved to the practice squad as well. overall, as far as this season goes, the future of the quarterback position is still a little murky. It's really up in the air until the suspension comes down. But as far as long term, it's Deshaun Watson, and then they'll figure out the rest. I'm not sure about Jacoby Brissett's contract, but if they keep him around for a while, then I think that would be a great tandem to have. And on the field anyway, for Deshaun Watson as your starter and Jacoby Brissett being the backup, I think that would be a great tandem. Thank you for watching this video. I will have more position previews out shortly for the Browns depth chart, running back, wide receiver, defensive end, defensive line, all that stuff. If you made it this far, thank you again for watching. Let me know what you think of the quarterback position for the Browns in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one.